Today on Forbes, the new owner of the San Diego Wave soccer team is the world's first woman private equity billionaire. Lauren Leichtman wasn't always into soccer. That changed after she watched the 1999 Women's World Cup final at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, where Brandi Chastain scored the winning penalty kick for the U.S. women's national team. And her celebration, which included falling to her knees and ripping off her shirt, made front pages across the country. Over the following years, Leichtman and her husband, Arthur Levine, who lived in Los Angeles, would often drive past the UCLA soccer field while picking up their daughter from school. They soon started donating to the university, including helping rebuild the soccer team's locker room, and struck up a friendship with the team's coach, Jill Ellis, who would go on to coach and win 2 World Cups with the U.S. women's team, and then served as president of the National Women's Soccer League's San Diego Wave from 2021 until last December. Leichtman's growing passion for soccer culminated in the couple's purchase of the Wave for an estimated $113 million last October. In a video interview from her home in Miami, with framed photos of her family displayed on a bookshelf behind her, she says, quote, "We started looking at buying a women's sports team about 3 years ago. It's something that interests us, it's a good investment, and it's something we can do together as a family." 2 of her 3 kids are involved in supporting the team's management, and Leichtman and her family attend as many games as possible. In May, Alex Morgan, who won 2 World Cups with the U.S. women's national team and also captained the Wave until her retirement in 2024, joined the Wave as a minority investor. Leichtman knows a thing or two about good investments. In 1984, she co-founded Beverly Hills, California-based private equity firm Levine Leichtman Capital Partners, also known as LLCP, alongside her husband, investing in small businesses that needed money and targeting successful founders who had built companies with $30 million to $40 million in revenues. Over the next 40 years, the couple built their small wife and husband shop into an $11 billion in assets buyout firm with blue-chip investors ranging from the California Public Employees Retirement System, known as CalPERS, to publicly traded asset manager Hamilton Lane. While they stepped back from day-to-day management in 2020, Leichtman and Levine still own the firm, which makes up the bulk of their fortunes. Add in their private investments, real estate, and the San Diego Wave, the team is now worth an estimated $165 million, and Forbes estimates that Leichtman and Levine are each worth $1.3 billion, ranking Leichtman 26th on Forbes' 2025 list of America's richest self-made women. Leichtman is the first woman in the world to make a billion-dollar fortune in private equity. Throughout the years, Leichtman and Levine have stuck to what they know best. They invest in businesses with positive cash flow. They look for experienced entrepreneurs and management teams who want to stay on to run the company and keep an ownership stake after the deal is closed. Since they started raising money with outside investors in 1994, LLCP's funds have invested in more than 100 companies and sold investments in 80 of them for a total of $11.5 billion, compared with an aggregate investment cost in those sold businesses of $4.8 billion. That nearly 2.4 multiple of invested capital rivals those of private equity heavyweights from Blackstone to KKR. LLCP now has 8 offices in 5 countries, including 4 in the US, and invests across 3 broad categories: middle market US companies with revenues from $50 million to $250 million, smaller US firms with less than $50 million in revenues, and foreign, mostly European, companies with revenues around $30 million or higher. Some of its best-known investments include restaurant franchises, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and Wetzel's Pretzels. But the firm has also scored big exits in industries ranging from pipe fittings to air quality control. Harley Kaplan, CEO of aerospace and defense component firm The Thermal Group, who previously led 2 LLCP portfolio companies as CEO, says, quote, "They've got a great eye for finding these specific niche businesses that have a ton of potential and then matching up appropriate management to go do it." For full coverage, check out Giacomo Tagnini's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.